I don't really try to manipulate the perception very much. I look at things and I want to express them in the most minimal, clear, direct way possible, because in my experience the most interesting things happen that way. My name is Alex Kanevsky. I'm a painter. Some people might call it an artist, but I don't like that word, so I'm a painter. James Sallis, American writer, said, "Everyone we meet is fighting a battle unknown to us." And I liked it. I think that very well describes the way I see the world. Battle of Shahbarghan was a little-known battle during the Mughal period in India. I think it's 1600s. And not much is known about it. It had some kind of economic reasons. Somebody ran away with some treasure, somebody else chased them. But it's not important. Nothing is known. But there's a beautiful picture, a watercolor, at the Metropolitan Museum in New York, which I liked very much. And thinking of what James Sallis said about the battles, I wanted to include some of the Mughal paintings from Metropolitan in my own work. So in the painting behind me, that is the Battle of Shahbarghan that I somewhat loosely interpreted and used in my work, with a model who came to the studio and worked with me, so I mixed them. And what is surrounding the model is kind of a distorted version of that Mughal painting. I changed things. I distorted the shapes of the little soldiers and their horses because I didn't want it to be literal. What I liked about Mughal paintings very much was the patterns and the movement of those patterns. Everything flowed in a certain particular way. It's not a narrative, it's not a story, but a situation that triggers responses in people. Because people look at it and they want to know what is happening. But there's nobody there to tell them, so they make their own stories. It's a mountain called Chikorva, and it's about 15 minutes from my home. I painted it in the winter. I thought it would be interesting to paint in the winter, so I bought those gloves, electric gloves for skiers, so I could paint outside. Unfortunately, there was a lot of snow. It was that deep. And I was hoping that I could leave this painting in my neighbor's barn. So he let me keep the painting there, but it turned out that when it's cold, it doesn't dry. So I had to go through this deep snow every day with this giant painting. It was hard work, but it was really nice to be there. It's very quiet, there's no sound, and it's just snow in that mountain. And then it was in a studio for a few months until I decided that I wanted to put this woman in there, sleeping. I just imagined that maybe this mountain is living human being. You know, when you spend all this time out there all by yourself in the mountain, you start imagining things. So I imagined that there was this big woman sleeping inside of the mountain. And then I thought, well, I might as well paint it. COVID was a lot of social isolation. We had to be away from other people. That's what our government told us. So I live in a very rural place, there's not a lot of people, and I wanted to go outside. So there's a big field in front of that mountain, and I could be away from everybody in that field. And I thought I would do a large painting. I wanted something difficult, challenging. So I have a trailer that goes behind my car. It has two wheels and it's like a box on two wheels. So I mounted heavy metal easel on it and I put the large painting canvas on it, and everything was tied together with ropes and straps because it's windy and everything wants to fly away. And I thought it would be difficult, and it was, but it was so interesting. I always knew what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be a painter, and I am a painter. I really, really do love it. I'm one of those fortunate people, and we're, for example, traveling right now in Japan. It's been my dream for a long time to visit Japan, and we will be here for more than 2 weeks. But I'm a little afraid that after a few days I will start feeling that I want to be in my studio, because that's what I do. That's more fun. It's not difficult to continue painting for me. It's difficult not to paint.